When you begin to realize and understand just how powerful you are, when you begin to realize and understand just how important your vessel is in your communication with your divine, you get to choose who pours into you. You get to choose what you all about helping you to visualize and see just how important it is for us to watch out for what's being poured into us, who we're letting into our spaces, what words we're letting to come into our ears, right? From what we listen to the people that we surround ourselves by, to what we visually allow ourselves to see. It is very important to have control of that. Even as grown-ups, from the time you were young, you was a newfound born baby. And as you got older, whether it be whoever raised you, it could be a parent, it could be a grandparent, an aunt or uncle, somebody raised you. Somebody was the first source of pouring into you, I should say. And some of us are fortunate to have people pour love and support and goodness, right, into us. And some people, life has its challenges, and we're poured things that are not as encouraging, and they can be discouraging, like words, that you're not good enough, or certain words that become habits, and we begin to believe it because people pour it into us, right? So I have my glass. This was my graduation glass, right? I have my glass, Boss Lady fuel glass, right? And when we begin to allow people, different people, to pour into us, right? Different people. So let me use my little countertop. I'm gonna use this. We allow different people to pour into us, right? And society, believe it or not, has poured into you as well, right? I remember growing up, society poured things like you're supposed to look a certain way. As a woman, you're supposed to carry yourself a certain way. You're supposed to have these titles. As a mother, you're supposed to, right? All the supposed to. I'm supposed to. This is my empty glass. And people just pour into me. And they begin to pour in. As a mother, your kids come first, right? As a mother, your kids come first. As a wife, you're supposed to do this. Have dinner ready. Make sure your man is okay. I get that, right? But we're not going to get into that. But those are the thoughts. You're supposed to get married at a certain age. You're supposed to have kids, right? And this is coming from whoever. You begin to have ideas based on what you see. Women can be a certain way because you've witnessed, different relationships in your life. So you have ideas of how relationships are supposed to be, right? And then you have an idea that you're supposed to go to school, I like this one, and get your education. And you're supposed to be a lawyer, a doctor, a nurse, or whatever, right? You're supposed to do that. Meanwhile, we're not going to get into that right now. And so you're supposed to. And you get all these ideas, these extra ideas. It could be coming from a parent, right? Your initial ideas, your initial thoughts, or from the person that actually has the closest connection to you, which is probably the person who's raised you, right? Those thoughts. And then you get older and you go to school and you have other thoughts that you picked up from family. Not family, family. And then you have your friends. And then you have your co-workers. Let's do this. Who thinks what about what? People are pouring into you. People are saying things for you to believe, right? They're just pouring into you. The belief system you have. Someone has said something to you that you ended up believing, right? Or you've taken at face value. And taking it at face value, this is you just being poured into. They're just pouring into you, right? And as you go in, society just pours into you some more. Relationship advice. We ask 20,000 people about our relationship advice. When we feel in our hearts we're not supposed to have a job or be in a job, we just continue to be in it. Why? Because we afraid to be broke. We supposed to have it. That's how life works. You gotta pay bills. Someone would think you're crazy to leave your 9 to 5 to even begin to operate in the seed that was planted in your heart to start that business. So you've allowed someone to pour into you enough that you're confused. Look at all these pouring into you. So many people have been poured into you. So many people poured into you. So many people poured into you. Would you drink this? Would you drink this? The question always is, what do we do about this? Right? When you decide by your divine right that you get to choose who pours into you, that you get to choose who you're listening to, that you get to choose what you're watching, you will begin to operate at your level that you should be operating in, that you could be operating in. By your divine right, the you who gets to make change, the who gets to go, the who that had that seed planted in them, that I want to build this franchise, that I want to be that person that goes out there and change lives. You get to be that. When you begin to realize and understand just how powerful you are, when you begin to realize and understand just how important your vessel is in your communication with your divine, you get to choose who pours into you. You get to choose what you're listening to. You get to choose who you're surrounded by. You get to create your own opportunities. You get to live the life that was designed for you to live by your design right. You get to be joyful. You get to embrace and receive your blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings. And not only do you, but the generation that follows behind you gets to do that as well. So tonight's golden nuggets is, who's pouring into you? Before you listen to what somebody is saying to you, before you watch something, spend hours watching something, remember who's pouring into who and what is being poured into you. Because when we end up like this with water, my water may not be as clear as I would like, but you get it. You get it. By divine right, you get to have a nice, clear, visualize this with me. You get to have a nice, clear glass of water. For real, visualize this with me. Clear your mind and visualize this. You get to have a clear glass of water to quench your thirst. You get to have a clear glass of water to nourish your body. You get to have a clear glass of water to help you grow. You get to have a clear glass of water. And not only do you, but all the young people that are looking at you gets to have it also. None of that toxic, foolish thing that I just mixed up. No, we don't want that. We don't want that no more. We want to be poured into. And by divine right, ask him, ask your creator to help you. To help you do this. I had fun doing this video as I do all my others. So I am Stephanie Lamour. It's been fun. And remember, no matter how it looks like, no matter what you think, no matter who's saying what, remember, God's got this.